Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso.
Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso.
Sahel nations have waged a visa war against the US, Mali and Burkina Faso. The two Sahel states have banned Americans from entering their countries.
Mais vous m'avez parlé comme si j'étais le président du Burkina Faso, comme si j'étais toujours une puissance coloniale. Mais moi, je ne veux pas m'occuper de l'électricité.
For 60 years, the world was told that Burkina Faso was a basket case. President Ibrahim Traore has opened Africa's eye to seeing that the first step to true independence is to abolish colonialism. On today's episode, we'll be talking about President Ibrahim Traore, how he was able to buy total independence for the people of Burkina Faso, and how he chased out the Frenchmen out of his country. Do well to like, do well to share, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more finance content like this. A land of poverty, dust, and desperation. If Burkina Faso was this poor, why did the Frenchmen never leave Burkina Faso? If there was nothing there in Burkina Faso, why did they fight so hard to control their currency, to control their minerals, and to enslave their people?
Between 1958 and 1961, France did something absolutely horrible. France made the Francophone African countries, and I don't even want to use that terminology, but I only use it for the purposes of conversation. The 14 countries which were formerly, but still colonized by the French, they were forced to sign a document that they called the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. You heard me. The Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. If you want your independence, you must sign this. Guinea, Secretary said absolutely not. Mali said absolutely not. France, pack your bags and go on back home. France could not believe it. Could not understand that an African country, these monkeys, do not want to be affiliated to France.
The decolonization war didn't start with President Ibrahim Traore. It started with President Thomas Sankara. Sankara stood up in the face of OAU and stood up against them. Is this history repeating itself? If you've been following the news, you would know that the Sahel is on fire. For years, France made sure that Africans' wealth had one-way ticket, the France. But President Ibrahim Traore flipped the script, and this shocked all of them as they did not see this coming.
Standing up, he is saying the natural resources in Burkina Faso, they belong to the people of Burkina Faso. Niger is doing the same thing. Mali is doing the same thing. Every leader must look at what's happening in the Sahel nations to say, like anybody else, you must take care of your people. You have your natural resources. You have everything you need to take care of your people. Why do you continue to be beggars? Look at what is being brought in by not only USAID, but all the NGOs.
Joy says, rule number 1, never forget to put Ibrahim Traore in your prayers on a daily. Sawanga Patrick says, that one is not enough. Let him allow democracy to work. He should allow his people to elect their leader. When he asked the Frenchmen to leave Burkina Faso, they got angry. They were so angry that they destroyed most of their cars in their mines. It's what they do. This shows their heart. I thought France cared about climate change. Hypocrites. President Ibrahim Traore asked the Frenchmen to leave without waiting for a green light from Europe. He wears the beret of Sankara because he's carrying the mission of Sankara. This is getting very serious. as he told them that before any relationship can be re-established between Burkina Faso and France, they have to bring back all the stolen gold that they took from their mines.
Burkina Faso was formerly colonized by France and has an abundance of gold in natural resources. Traoré pushed out Western influence, including the mine owners, who were French mine owners in Burkina Faso. France wanted to reestablish relations with Burkina Faso, and if you've seen Macron giving a pretty ridiculous speech trying to say one day they'll thank us for helping them, no, they just wanted you to leave them alone. Anyway, Traoré said that in order to reestablish relations with France, that France is going to have to return all of the gold that they have stolen from Burkina Faso's mines, and all of this gold that they have is sitting in reserves in France.
Now, people are saying that France is rich because they stole gold and other mineral resources from African countries. To be specific, they stole a lot of gold from Burkina Faso. But they claim that they did not steal from them, that they got it from their mines. The movement in Burkina Faso now is about reclaiming identity.
Of all of the plundering that it has done from the West African nations. In fact, since 1896, those Francophone nations in West Africa have made France rich, and they kept these nations poor. Assalamu alaikum, Oasis Circle. Today I want to talk to you about Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a landlocked nation of about 24 million people in West Africa, and it's a very, very rich nation. And there has been a struggle for independence in that land since 1896, when the French colonized it. So from 1896 to approximately 1984, when Thomas Sankara initiated the revolution, France had either colonized it or promoted neocolonialism in that land through a series of agreements that made no sense for the people of Burkina Faso. So now we're in a situation where there was a coup a few years back led by Ibrahim Traore, and he kicked the French out. And he has taken the resources, the minerally rich resources of Burkina Faso, gold, bronze, oil, and so much more, and used it for the benefit of its people. And because of this, France is angry. He kicked the French out. They had a base there. He told them to leave. They no longer use French currency, and they made a unification agreement with the surrounding nations known as the Sahel nations, which is Mali and Niger. So they have a unification pact. They created their own bank. They created their own money, and the money is being backed by gold. So with all this said, we have to look at Africa. I celebrate Burkina Faso because I want to see the people.
Only solution to this matter is if all Africans come together, stand alone, and fight for their freedom. President Ibrahim Traore has showed the first step. What do you think? Do you think President Ibrahim Traore is going to be able to finish this race? Or do you think the pressure from the Western man is going to affect him? I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section. Do well to like, do well to share, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, bye for now.